I'd like to talk about my expectations for the M&A market in 2024. I believe that in 2024, the M&A environment for middle market businesses will be more favorable than 2023. If you saw the headlines, 2023 was a brutal year. A lot of investment banks had years that were down by 50+%, although in the middle market, the correction was a lot less than what you would expect. That said, if you put 2023 in context, it actually was not that far off from averages that you saw pre-COVID. The reality is that 2021 and 2022 were unusually high years. There's 4 different reasons why I believe it's going to be more positive than the prior year. First and foremost is that the interest rate environment is more favorable. What that means is last year we had increases in interest rates and there was uncertainty of how high they would go. But in 2024, the Fed has already made clear that interest rates are being held firm and that they expect to reduce interest rates over the coming year. In fact, the markets expect the rates to decrease by 1 to 1.5 percentage points over the course of the year. Just as when you buy a house, lower interest rates allow you to make bigger payments, the same thing. When you sell a business with lower interest rates, the buyer is able to stretch further on price. The second area is because private equity firms have an unprecedented level of uncommitted capital, what's called dry powder, money that they have not yet invested. The way that private equity works is that they raise a fund and they're paid an annual fee of 2% on average to invest that fund. So if they don't invest that capital, they will be unable to raise future funds. Consequently, there's a tremendous amount of pressure for them to deploy this capital, which currently is almost $4 trillion globally. Thirdly, is that there is a significant amount of pent-up demand from sellers that want to go to the market. Over the past 5 or 6 years, we've had a number of owners that have delayed taking their business to market, but there's broader demographic trends that are behind this. The baby boomers are the largest demographic in the United States history, and over 50% of businesses are owned by owners over 55 years of age. What we've seen is a number of business owners that have decided to hold back selling over the past couple years, at this point, need to make the decision that now is the time to go. Similarly, a lot of private equity portfolio companies over the past year are waiting to go to market for more favorable conditions. The reality is that they have a limit to how long they can wait before they go and sell. And lastly, I believe that there's going to be a convergence of expectations between buyers and sellers. The reality is that sellers had their minds anchored around 2021 valuations, which happened to be the peak. And so it takes, on average, a couple of years for sellers to reorient their expectations to be more in line with market realities. Because of those 4 reasons, I personally am optimistic about M&A conditions for 2024. As a business owner, timing the sale of your business is an unfair advantage which you should take advantage of. So having a pulse on where the markets will be is critical to your success. So here are my expectations of what 2024 will hold in store for middle market M&A. What are your thoughts?